Greetings, everyone. Brett here, and we're back with another 5-minute review. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Metal Gear Sahelanthropis. I hope I said that right. From the game Metal Gear Solid 5. Now, I am not terribly familiar with Metal Gear. I mean, I remember playing like Metal Gear Solid back on the PlayStation 2 far longer ago than I care to admit. Nevertheless, this is a very interesting looking kit, and there's a lot of plastic in here. I'm not going to be able to get through showing everything, but I think you'll get a good general idea of what the kit has to offer. Now, overall, I would say the overall quality of the molding is pretty high. I feel like some of the details could be a little bit sharper, but I think that's more just a nitpick. The hands there in particular are like those multi-jointed hands that are like pre-assembled, and they look really nice. The rest of the parts all look the part. On these dome pieces here, there's actually a lot of slide molding going on. So you'll notice there are some faint seam lines that you'll need to take care of those to really make those parts shine. But overall, my impression of the kit is it's very nice, and it's quite larger than I was expecting. And they do pack a lot of detail in here, and it is multicolor. So you get these gray pieces, dark gray pieces, these kind of like off-white, cream color pieces, and then some black pieces as well. So you definitely get a nice range of color from the plastic. A lot of good detail going into this. You get some clear parts to help support the Metal Gear once it's assembled on the stand. So that is nice, and they're articulated, so you can kind of pose them around. Here you can see some of the nicer detail, and but again, like some of it feels just a little soft to me. Interior detail is really nice, and a lot of these like off-white cream parts have some really sharp detail in them. So I just wish that had carried over to some of the gray parts, but it does have like very nice chunky connecting points. So I expect it to go together pretty solidly, and you do get a bunch of polycaps there, so you get lots of polycaps. There's a lot of movement, a lot of joints that are going to be going together. The Metal Gear's weapon, it has this really neat like rough texture to it. I'm not quite sure like how to explain it, but it looks really nice. You do get a very large base plate on which to display the Metal Gear once it's done. And then finally, we do get a series of figures. I believe we get 4 figures here, including a pilot figure and including a figure of Snake as well. So those are pretty amazing too. For considering how small they are, how nice the detail is. You do get some water slide decals for the skull pattern on the front. But yeah, it looks really interesting, and I definitely think it'd be quite imposing and impressive on the table once it's done. So looking at the instructions here, you get some nice color pictures of the completed model, parts breakdown, and then it dives right into the build. The build is relatively straightforward, and they break it down into a lot of little subsections that all go together to build up the larger subsections. So it looks pretty straightforward how it all goes together, how it fits, how it works. You get weapons. The instructions explain how the stand works, and then it explains how it kind of you can get the different poses, how you have to shift things and open things and move things. And then finally we get a color guide as well as decal placement guide for the finished model. So yeah, head on over to mrshobby.com, check out this kit and thousands of others, and we'll see you on the next review. Bye everyone.